taxpayer money used for a cover-up? Strong words tonight from Virginia's governor to the White House.
And criminals cashing in on a crush.
They like to lie or pretend who they're not just to win someone over.
How the search for love could make you the victim of a crime. Next.
Now, ABC 7 News at 11. On your side.
We begin tonight with a community in mourning and plenty of questions after the sudden death of a Montgomery County student.
Tyler Terry collapsed in the middle of a fight that broke out on an off-campus basketball court. But was his death due to a medical condition, or are criminal charges possible in this case? Our Jay Korf live with the investigation that's happening right now. Jay?
Yeah, Jonathan, tonight police are confirming that standout student athlete Tyler Terry here at Quince Orchard High School in Gaithersburg did have a pre-existing medical condition when he collapsed a couple of weeks ago. A community and a family are in mourning on this night following the unforeseen death of Tyler Terry. The 17-year-old standout student athlete at Quince Orchard High School was bound for Monmouth University's football team in New Jersey in the fall, but his life was cut short following a series of unexpected events. Police say a couple of weeks ago a group fight erupted on this nearby neighborhood basketball court and that Tyler collapsed after minimal physical contact with another person. Tyler Terry died over the weekend. Monday, students throughout this part of Montgomery County wore red, Quince Orchard's team colors, in honor of Terry. Now investigators are saying that medical personnel have confirmed that Terry had a pre-existing condition and that therefore no autopsy would be conducted. A family spokesperson says that condition was arrhythmia. That's when the heart beats too fast, too slow, or erratically. Arrhythmia can impact the heart's ability to function properly. But his parents tell ABC 7 News they did not know that their son had arrhythmia, and he never showed any signs of having a heart condition. Now, while this case does remain open at this time, police have not filed criminal charges. Reporting live, Jay Korf, ABC 7 News.
A child on a skateboard hit by a car and then rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. The scene unfolding outside of Stone Mill Elementary School in Potomac late this afternoon. Now, we are told that child was pinned under the car, was, though, pulled to safety by witnesses. And now we checked and said that the child is expected to be okay. That's good news.
It was horrifying video from Southeast D.C. A car on fire, a woman shot inside, and now police believe the murder of Carice Lewis is connected to two others on December 28th. Court documents allege that some of the victims and the suspects were involved in a credit card scam, and robbery attempts may have led to those killings. A tough conversation for families in Fairfax County tonight as a trainer at a popular facility for young athletes is now behind bars. He's accused of sending inappropriate messages to a minor. And tonight, police want to make sure there aren't more victims. Heather Graff live in Chantilly tonight with more. Heather?
Fairfax County police say the victim first reported the concerning behavior to a school resource officer, and the investigation that followed led the child exploitation unit to a man that worked here and interacted with kids every day. It's been 3 years since the Sport and Speed Institute opened up in Chantilly, but the owner told us this by far has been his most difficult day in business.
We terminated the employee immediately.
Justin Kavanaugh says he had no choice but to fire 26-year-old Joshua Schroeder after he learned the man he hired as general manager is now facing charges, accused of sending sexually explicit messages to a minor through social media.
Unreal. I didn't know what to think. So, I mean, the first thing that went through my head is, how do I protect the families?
The families he's referring to are the facility's clients, kids who work closely with coaches to get sports performance and speed training designed for young athletes.
The first thing I did when I found out was I talked to my daughter and said, hey, I got to ask you this question. Have you ever received anything inappropriate from this person or anyone else? And she said no.
And while Fairfax County Police won't say whether the victim trained here, Justin wants worried parents to know Schroeder's time at the Sport and Speed Institute is done.
I trust the gym, and I do still believe in it. And if I didn't, I wouldn't have my daughter here today.
Now, important to note, the owner here says Schroeder passed a background check before being hired. Tonight, police tell us they do believe this was an isolated incident, but they're encouraging parents to talk to their kids about all of this and contact detectives if you're concerned in any way. Live tonight in Chantilly, Heather Graff, ABC 7 News.
An Arlington County firefighter off the job and facing serious charges tonight after being arrested on duty. Investigators say that Stephanie Desai stole prescription medication from someone else at Fire Station number 2 on Wilson Boulevard. Desai has been with the agency for 2 years. Tonight, she's on administrative leave without pay.
And strong words tonight from former Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe weighing in on the resignation of former White House Staff Secretary Rob Porter. Nancy Chin is at the live desk with more on this. Nancy?
And Allison, McAuliffe is now calling for congressional hearings related to allegations of domestic abuse by 2 of Porter's ex-wives. The former governor saying the White House used taxpayer money to cover up domestic abuse and that Porter should have been fired immediately.
This is a cover-up. This was federal taxpayer money being used to cover up. We'd known for a year. The FBI had alerted the White House that we had these issues. Why was this man still there? Why did he not have a security clearance? It's just absurd.
Porter had been denied a security clearance by the FBI. McAuliffe says if President Trump did not know about the accusations against Porter, then the White House's chief counsel and chief of staff should resign for failing to take action. At the live desk, Nancy Chen, ABC 7 News.
Nancy, thanks. An update tonight on the scare for President Trump's family. Donald Trump Jr.'s wife, Vanessa, and 2 others taken to the hospital after opening an envelope with white powder inside. Vanessa Trump told dispatchers she felt dizzy. The powder later was deemed absolutely harmless, but the package was postmarked in Boston. Investigators say it did contain a very angry letter directed at Donald Jr.
And good evening, everyone. Taking a look outside, finally dried out a little bit today after all the rain over the weekend, over 2 inches of rain when it was said and done officially. We got some clear skies tonight, so our story this evening going to be the temperatures. 68 for the high temperature yesterday, the low no.